With just over 3 weeks until the Netherlands heads to the poll, far-right Freedom Party candidate Geert launched his election campaign by calling some Moroccans scum.
If a Dutch person driving in a car drives 5 miles too fast, he will be fined within a minute, whereas the Moroccan scum in Holland, and once again, not all are scum, but there is a lot of Moroccan scum in Holland who makes the streets unsafe, mostly young people, and they are not taken seriously. We are making them and the people unsafe, and that should change.
All right, let's bring in Maratheftis, Chief Economist at Standard Chartered Bank. Marios, we were listening there to Mr. Wilders. It seems that his popularity, even by talking in this language, doesn't wane. What are the chances that actually Europe really gets engulfed by a populist wave?
I think what we see is that not only does the popularity not wane following that kind of rhetoric, it could actually end up increasing. This is the world we're living in now, and I think the risk of seeing populism rising in Europe is quite high. And it's quite different than populism in the US or populism in the UK. In the US and the UK, we could attribute that to greater inequality, the big division between the rich and the poor. In Europe, I think the main factor behind this increase in popularity of populism is the lack of growth. Europe is not delivering on growth, Europe is not delivering on jobs, and youth unemployment is still incredibly high in many parts of Europe.
What are the chances that it's the end of the European project as we know it, or at least the end of the Eurozone this year?
I think the risks are still very high. It's not our main case scenario. I think we need to keep an eye on Greece and the way the negotiations are going there. I do not share the blasé approach that Greece could probably exit the euro and have a two-speed euro. I don't think it will work. The euro should be forever. And let's also keep a very close eye on Italy. We have a general election next year, and all of the opposition parties favor at least exiting the common currency. So the risks are indeed very high, and Europe is failing, is not delivering growth and is not delivering jobs for its people.
What's the biggest risk in the medium term? Is it Netherlands? Is it France? And actually, I want to bring you over to my probability chart. So this is Odd Checker. You can find it on the Bloomberg terminal if you go to EU TV Go. And it's very simple. So the red line is the probability of Emmanuel Macron becoming president of France, 38.7. Then you have in blue Marine Le Pen, 33.8. François Fillon, 28.5. Do you believe the polls? How do you look at the risk?
I believe the polls, but the risk is not negligible at all. Now, we don't think that Le Pen will win the election. Even if she does win and does become president, there is a general election in France the following year, in 2018, so she might end up being a lame duck president. So the risk in France, I think, will be managed. That doesn't mean there is no risk. There is a risk. There is a chance that she can get elected, but we see it as a risk scenario, not as the main case scenario.